Okay, YouTube, back again. Trying something a little different here. I've got the light on my phone. This is what I'm using to record. We're going to try out this Harbor Freight tap and die set. It's the metric and the metric and the standard taps. I think it's like 30 something bucks or something like that. I don't know. I'll put it down in the description. I'll put a link to this particular tap and die set. The handles here are kind of funky, you know. They're not the best quality, but they work, you know. The taps seem to be all fine. So I'm going to show you I'm working on this project again. It's all painted. I've tapped all these to clean out all the, there I go breaking my tap. Let me pick that up and I'll be back to what I was saying. That's why I said these were kind of cheesy. All of these, the threads here I had to clean up, and the threads here I had to clean up. There's paint in them because I welded them. It's kind of messes up the threads a little bit because of the heat. So now that everything's painted and I'm assembling, I'm running taps through everything to make sure that all the bolts and everything go through smoothly, and not having any kind of binding that's going to eventually strip out the threading in them. This tap kit for the standard goes up to 1/2 inch, 13 with a number 13 thread. I don't know if it's called pitch or whatever the hell it is, but when you go buy your bolts, it'll say 1/2 inch and then dash like 13. But that's the biggest one they have. Metric, I'm not even going to get into. Go to their website and check it out. So let's get to it. I'm going to tap these last two just so you can see me do it real quick. Get this damn thing finally put together. Had a little bit of leeway with it because the customer is going to come pick it up tomorrow, but I had some issues painting. This is the paint is called Chassis Saver by Magnet Paints. It's out of Amityville, New York, down in Long Island, and it's good paint, really good paint. The problems that I was having is that I'm new to painting, and I'm new to their product, I'm new to painting. You know, made a stupid mistake. There was a couple of spots that I completely missed altogether. Because this is a gloss finish, it shows every little minor flaw. So I need to experiment with their satin finish paint, because that'll probably be better for projects like this, that you're not looking for perfection as far as the finish is concerned. You're just looking to paint it and protect it. So that'll be a future video, but I'm very happy with the paint, very happy with the gun that I have from California Air Tools. It's called Spray It. That's what they call their air guns, their paint guns. So check out the links down in the description for that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What I'm doing, like I said, I'm just putting these in straight. I'm using this to hold this. I could do this by hand, but with your taps, when you're running your taps in there, it's really, you're better off having the tap vertical if you can. If you can get into that position, it's better, because any of the chips and crap that you're digging out of there will fall straight to the ground. If you're horizontal, the chips are going to just stay in there and get moved around, and there's a potential for them to get caught up in the tap again, and just cause a little bit of binding where there shouldn't have been. Normally you would use a cutting oil for this, because I'm just cleaning them. I'm not actually making new threads. I'm just cleaning the threads out. I'm not going to run any cutting oil, and the reason being is I don't want that crap all over this fresh finish. So this is working out just fine. The tap's doing great. I could have went to, my local hardware store across the street and got me the same tap for like $8 or something like that, but it would have just been the tap, the one tap. Where this Harbor Freight kit gave me a bunch of different taps that I'll probably use at some point, and the tools to do so. So I just thought it was a better deal. I know it's Harbor Freight, but it is what it is. You got me by, did the job, as you see, and will allow me to do future work. So, and I'm just taking these in so the bolt just barely starts, I could barely feel it flush on the bottom here so that I can turn them sideways. I'm going to want to keep them all sideways. How this is going to work is the glass is going to sit in this ledge here. Okay, you see it, you can see it all the way around. My camera will focus. And then this frame that's still hanging right here will sandwich the glass. It'll go inside this same area. Get the camera to focus. There we go. It'll sandwich the glass in there. That's when these come into play. After the glass is sandwiched in there, focus, focus. There we go. I'll swing this out and then tighten this bolt down until it pushes that frame and the glass tight in there and sandwiches them in. The people that I'm doing this for, it's going to be in their best interest to keep a wrench for this just so they can quickly deal with that. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. It could have been better, you know, but this is the first time I've made this particular thing, and the plans that I had weren't exactly accurate. So I struggled a bit with the feet area right here, where the hinge is. I struggled with that a little bit, but not too much. It works fine. So I'm going to edit this video together with some other ones. I'm about ready to set this thing up and put it all together and show you guys what it looks like completely finished. Right now what I need to do, if you look, here, let me just go ahead and take this off the tripod. If you look here, this is where the rubber feet are, okay? And I've got the bolts here. Because they stick out so much, I'm going to take my angle grinder with the flapper disc, and I'm going to take off about 1/4 inch off of all these feet here. In total, there's 6 feet, and then I have these two right here that are cushions, so you can push this side up against the wall without the metal gouging up the wall. So I'm going to do that to all of them and clean that up so they don't stick out that much. Now on top of that, you don't want to be, those are lead edges, you know, that you can scrape yourself up on and whatnot. So I'm going to deal with that. As far as the paint's concerned, I'm going to do a follow-up video because I think that justifies its own video and review of it, and kind of give you guys the ins and out of what my experience was with this paint. And like I said, I really like it. It's just something that I need to gain a little bit more experience using and just experience painting with a professional quality spray gun in general. But I don't think I did a bad job for this being my absolute rookie job with this, and given that, you know, I'm working in a very dusty and dirty environment, so I think I did a pretty decent job. So anyways, stay on the lookout for that video, because I am going to upload that tonight as well. It's probably going to be uploaded at the same time as this one, so just go look for it. Subscribe, comment, like, and you will definitely see all the future videos. But anyways, I'm going to stop this and edit in the second part of this where I set it up. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube, here's the second part of this. Got it all set up, as you see, with the exception of one diagonal support's not on there. That's fine, I'll put it up shortly. Got the grinder ready, the trusty piece of crap, Skill angle grinder. Reason I'm not using my new Makita, or it's not new, it's old, but the new, to me, Makita is because I don't have the wrenches to change out the disc on it just yet. I'm going to have to make some of those. Anyway, going to grind off these. Figured I'd just show you guys because it shouldn't take me long. All of these the extra threading bolt, whatever, on those feet. Okay, so as you see, or as you saw, if you were paying attention at all, I'm stupid and wasn't being careful enough. Grinder came down and barely nicked the paint a little bit. Not that big of a deal. I ran out of paint last night. That's why those two pieces are hanging, because there's two teeny tiny spots that I need to hit again. Instead of spraying them, I'm going to brush it onto that area, so I don't have to put any reducer in it, and I won't ruin my whole can of paint, since it's like 40 bucks a quart. So, and like right here, there's a bit of a chip. This chip has nothing to do with me grinding. It had to do with when we came here and set this down so that we can work on it or put it together. But there's a little chip here. Some of that stuff's going to be inevitable. You know, it's metal to metal contact. Like here where the rest is, when this comes down, it's inevitable that that's going to get beat up on it and start chipping. Short of putting rubber all over this thing, that's just the reality of it. So I'm not too worried about it. You know, the little stuff like that, I'll come touch it up when I finish touching that area up. But I'm going to stop the video right now just because I've got to fold this back down so I can get to the other 2 feet that are on that side. And we'll update a final video here when it's entirely done. When we have the whole thing wrapped up, set up, I'll show you the assembly of it and what have you. So do me a favor, the typical, subscribe to the channel, comment on the videos, let me know what you think. I've got review stuff coming up if you guys are at all interested in that. I know this project here is a little bit on the boring side. You know, it's nothing for my truck or not making shop tools. You know, this is a display stand. You know, what's more interesting is the customer product of them beating the crap out of it than the stand. But it's just you know, when you're in this industry, you got to do things that are sometimes boring. You know, it's not necessarily, oh my God, that's exciting. You know, and it is what it is, and you know, this is part of it. I actually enjoyed doing this. You know, but it's not something that's like, oh, that's cool, I can't believe you made that type thing. But anyways, again, subscribe, comment, like the video, please, and head down to the description. Check out the links for both my Facebook page. Go like my Facebook page. Armoured One. I'll have a link to their website as well as their Facebook page. To be honest with you, I'm going to put a link on there for Everlast Welders. That's the equipment that I'm using right now is Everlast I-MIG 200 and a Power Plasma 50. I'm going to put a link on there to Magnet Paints. The link is going to go directly to the Chassis Saver page so that you guys can check that product out. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I know if this was paint, like I said, there's a couple of issues here where it's metal to metal and it's chipping, but you know, this is stronger than typical paint. I can tell you that right now. And you know, part of it is maybe I reduced it a little too much when I sprayed it. The other part is I didn't put 2 proper coats on there. You're supposed to actually put 2 to 4, it says, and I didn't quite do that. I'm not trying to spend $100 on paint for this project. But outside of that, let me see. I'll have a link to the California Air Tools website, so you can look at the compressor that I've been using, as well as the spray guns. I'm just going to put a link to there and put the information for the model number for the compressor and the spray gun kit that I got. They're LVLP, not HVLP, LVLP, low volume, low pressure. I believe that's it as far as the links are concerned. But yeah, check them out. Thank you guys for checking out my videos, and stay tuned because I've got a lot of projects to work on here this weekend and this week, and we're getting ready to put my truck under the knife and get that tubing bender that I got over here to work, and get that roll cage built for that, and just some other cool stuff, some more interesting if you will, projects, and some shop tools and whatnot. Got to build a rack for the steel here. I'm going to build a table for my chop saw, which is going to double as a plasma station. I'm also going to build a new welding cart. I'm going to actually probably build, I don't know, 2 carts for sure. One for the plasma cutter and one for my MIG welder. I don't like that the welder. This is the cart here, if you guys can see it in the video. If you haven't checked out I got the build videos for it. Check it out. It's cool if you got a home shop, and you're just doing what you need to do. And you don't have room for a table like that. That kind of setup that I did for my initial cart will get you by and do the trick. It's not too terribly expensive and works well. My only issue is that I'm trying to do this for a business, and although this is kind of a cool area to work on small parts because it's taller, and I'm a tall guy, and my neck and back start hurting from being hunched over too much. But I don't like my welder down at the bottom, and the reason that is all the dust, metal grinding shavings, and spatter and plasma cutting debris and stuff like that goes to the ground, and right there's the welder. And I've had some issues with the fan inside there getting all gummed up, so I'm gonna remedy that and try to keep that thing as clean as I can, because this is my equipment, this is my tools, or what I'm using to get paid and make a living. So I need to come up with a little bit different plan, just because I'm doing things at a higher production than somebody would in their home shop. So but check out the videos if you're at all interested in making yourself a cart / table. With this thing, I'm probably, I don't know yet, it's probably just going to sit around for the time being. Either I'm going to put it up for sale on Craigslist, or I'm going to cut it apart and make something else out of it. I'm not entirely sure just yet. Or I might just leave it alone and just use it just because it's a nice alternative tabletop to work from. Again, I'm not too sure. I'm up in the air right now with that. In due time we'll find out. So just stay tuned, and thank you guys for the support and everything, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.